MC, performer, artist. She goes by Red Velvet. Let's go. What's the word? How you
Yo,
feeling?
I'm good. How you doing, Nate?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate your time as well. Thanks for stopping by. How your day going so far? How you feeling though?
It's alright. It's alright. Chilling. I wrote a little bit today. I just got off work. Life of an artist, and still doing that 9 to 5. You gotta do both.
For sure, for sure. I definitely feel that. Definitely feel that. Definitely feel it. So
Yeah.
we'll jump right to the interview. So how did you get the name Red Velvet? And like, what's the backstory behind that name? Like, where did it come from? What inspired your stage name?
So what inspired it? So I used to do spoken word and poetry, and I wanted to choose a name that represented me. So red, to me, the color red represented a lot of emotion. So it could mean, when you see red, you might be angry, you might be sad. I felt like red represent passion, fire, all that. So I felt like that was the first part of red. And then velvet came from just, the soft, delicate, warm side of myself. And then, overall the cake, red velvet, is sweet. So I felt like all that enticed and involved me. So that's how I came up with that name. And then that eventually translated into my rap
For sure. Yeah, that's
name.
dope. I like that. That's definitely creative. You said you was a spoken word artist. So like, what's the difference between being a spoken word artist and a hip hop artist in your opinion? Or what's the difference like? Yeah,
Spoken word. I mean, to me, they pretty much the same thing, honestly, because you still gotta use your voice, you still gotta captivate the crowd, you still gotta write your stuff. The biggest difference, obviously, spoken word is usually no instrumentals, no beats. It's poetry, a little more emotional than poetry, but to me they go hand in hand. And then I had some friends that were doing music at the time in college. They was like, well, you do spoken word, you do poetry, you already writing. So I had a few producer friends, a few rapper friends. They was like, just do it on a beat. And so I was in the dorm rapping, doing my spoken word over beats. And so I'm like, oh snap, kind of got a little flow. Okay, so
so
yeah.
that's fire. That's definitely fire. Dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
I see you be doing your thing, man. You grinding. You always got a show coming up. You very consistent, man. You always on the move. So how do you remain consistent and like what motivates you to keep pushing with your music and your career though? Like what drives you to keep going though?
So one, I keep a lot of creative people around me. Like my network is full of artists. I'm currently dating a DJ, so he's always inspiring me. And then mainly my support system, like my parents, they show up for me. My sister, like my hype man, my best friend. One of my other close friends is my DJ. So it's like everyone around me keeps pushing me. And when I feel like I'm falling off, they be like, hey, where the music at? Or when the next show? So to me, it showed me that my work does matter and it's not going on no, dead years. And every time I do post, it's getting shared, it's getting talked about. So I think that motivates me. And then ultimately, my goal is to stop working because I work two jobs. So I want to stop working those and make most, if not all of my money for music. So that motivates me because that's my craft, that's my dream, passion.
For sure. I definitely feel it. That's definitely the ultimate goal of your artist to make money off something you love to do, your music, your art, for sure. So I definitely feel you on that. So my
Mhm.
next question for you is, man, you've been like I said, you always got a show coming up, you always performing, I always see you on stage. So like how do you mentally get ready for a performance though? Like how do you mentally get ready for it before you get on stage?
So usually leading, depending on how big the show is. So I'll talk about. I had a show at Broken Shaker in Chicago. It was pretty big of a show. So what I did to prepare for that, I knew about it for like 2 months ahead of time. So I had started booking different studios just to practice. So I do practice run throughs. When I'm at the gym, so I go to the gym every day at 5 a.m. I'll do my lyrics and do my performances while I'm running or walking really fast just to get that breath control. And then I try to relax the couple of days leading up to it, get my voice a rest. I'll take a bath, with melatonin, getting a nice, good mindset, just so I'm not stressed or thinking about nothing else outside the show. And the day of the show, I listen to my music over and over. So that's all I'm listening to. No other artist, just my performance set to get me in that mindset.
For sure. I with that, man. That's definitely fire. I like that a lot. So like I said, you've been doing your thing. I like your preparation, how you get ready for it. So what's been your favorite performance so far? Like your performances you did. Like if you could just choose one though, like number
My
one.
fa-
Like
my favorite performance of mine. My favorite performance is definitely still the one I was just talking about. I think it was March 4th. And I just recently added a guitarist into my performances. So that was our first time doing that. It kind of gave it like yeah, it's hip hop rap, but I felt like I'm trying to get into more rooms than just that because I'm not just a hip hop and rap artist. I call myself an abstract artist. So that kind of gave me insight to a lot of different avenues. Like I got a lot of different fans that night, different cultures. I never really performed for a lot of white people. Nothing. I love white people too. So I got a lot of new white fans, a couple Indians, a couple of Hispanic fans, and that was just different for me. And so I think based off of that, now people expect me to, oh, you got a guitarist. I'm trying to add a drummer. So it's just that was my favorite show because it's kind of like my vision coming to fruition because I do eventually want a band. So yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I know it's dope. Like playing with other musicians, it felt like it was like
Mhm.
like the full package. You feel me? You have the guitars over there. You feel me? I feel like, and I feel like bring a lot of the artists when you just when you rap on stage. I feel like it enhance your performance. So I definitely respect.
Exactly.
That's
You
you on
gotta you
that
gotta have something that stand out because a lot of us rap, but it's like okay, what else?
for sure.
And
You're
people
lying.
be on their phones a lot while you performing. That's definitely a struggle of an artist. Like people be on their phones while you performing. So what you gonna do to get their attention and keep their attention?
That's facts. That's facts. You
Mhm.
ain't lying about that. Definitely. That's definitely dope and definitely smart to have like other people, like other musicians, with you performing. I definitely feel that. So when did you figure out music was your purpose to life though? Like when did you find that up? Like
So I feel like I said, I did do poetry first. So I always wrote stuff growing up. I was always writing. And then my mom was always listening to, Erica Badu and Jill Scott, Lauren Hill, back in the day, and Etta James. And so, like, I always had music around me. My grandma is heavily into music, James Brown and um, the Temptations, Michael Jackson, all that. So it's like I always had music in my life. So then combine that with writing. I always wrote just to get things out my mind. I had a journal growing up. My mom said I used to randomly stand on the table and be out at restaurants and start singing songs. So I always had a passion for performing. I think it just all came together. And it's like, you do something, like we all work our jobs, but that job don't make you feel something in your heart, in your chest. And music, when I get on that stage, when I get in the studio, it's just an unmatched feeling that like no job could ever give me. So yeah.
I definitely feel you on that. Man. Shit, music is everything to me, so I definitely relate to you on that. So I definitely feel you for sure on
Mhm.
that. So my next question for you is like you've been doing your thing for a minute. You've been very consistent. So you've been doing shows. You've been dropping music. So do you feel like you get the credit you deserve as an artist, or do you feel like you're overlooked in your opinion though?
Um, Half and half. So I feel like just being a artist, one, and then a lot of people put me in the category of rapper, and then I'm in the Chicago area. It's a lot of rappers, and then it's a lot of female rappers at that. So I think I sometimes do get overlooked because I'm not on the gram naked. I'm not shaking ass. I'm not doing that. I might make a song about it, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm here for you to listen. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I'm listening to my flows, listen to what's going on in my mind, and not focusing on the body. It's like I'm sure if I took my clothes off, yeah, my views would probably go up even higher. But at the same time, I do think I am appreciated because I do have such a different flow than a lot of artists in Chicago. I have my own lane. A lot of my fan base has been rocking with me for a while, and then every time I post something, I'm getting new fans. I'm collaborating with new people, just like us today. I'm getting
For
new
sure.
people. So, yeah.
Definitely feel you on that, man. Like you've been on your thing for a minute, very consistent, going crazy. Definitely feel you on everything you just said. So let's talk about speaking of your flows and your sound. Like let's talk about your latest single. One of your latest singles is called "Letter." So
Hmm.
like, how long did it take you to write that single? Like, and like what inspired it? Like what was the whole? How was the creative process in the studio for it? Like, how did you work on it?
Okay, so letter, I wrote that. I kind of stepped out of myself. It was writing a letter to myself and to like people around me, letting them know that I'm back. because I went through a few things in 2025. I had some health issues. I had to take a break. I had some deaths in the family, people close to me. So I was just overwhelmed. I had to like take a break from a second job, take a break from music, and just get my sleep schedule back together, get my life back together, because we'll let our dream, which mine is music, we'll let that take over and forget to, eat, to hang out with your friends, to take a break. So I took a break, but I did know that I needed to drop something before the end of 2025. So I dropped that to come back and remind people like, yeah, I still can rap. I still can do that. And then also like I had to take a break and letting people know to get themselves grace, let go of the version of themselves that don't serve them anymore. And it's okay to reinvent yourself and come back stronger than you did. And also silence is not, silence is just as loud as you speaking. You don't say something, people know, like a lot of people noticed that I wasn't dropping. And in me not dropping it, it built up that anticipation for a letter. And when I dropped it, it did really well. So
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Definitely feel you on that for sure.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's good to always take a break every once in a while. Feel me? You don't want to run out of gas. Feel me? You don't want to do so. Definitely got to take breaks for sure. So what you got coming out next? Like what you got any shows coming up? Like what music you got dropping? Like what's next for you though?
So I do have, I think, I have 2 shows left in this month because I already had 3 this month. So I got 2 more. One of them on the 23rd in Evanston. That'll be on my Instagram. I'll post that. And then I got one on the 26th. I think that's on like 87 in Chicago. I didn't finalize those details. Um, so those 2 shows, and then I'm currently working on a project. I don't know if it's gonna be an EP or an album, depending on how many songs. I'm aiming for 8, but it could be 20. So I don't know. I plan to drop that in June, but I don't know. We kind of behind schedule on that, so it might be a little later than June. But I'm definitely trying to drop something a little different. That got. I kind of want to drop something with all different types of vibes on it. Afro beats, house, rap. I'm a rap on everything, but just the beat selection gonna be a variety of things, so that no matter who listen to it, it's something on there that you're gonna like.
For sure, man. I feel all that, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep
Thank
going
you.
crazy. Keep staying consistent, man. Keep doing your shows. Keep doing your thing for sure. Shout out Red Velvet. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you doing this with me. Appreciate you, love for
All
sure.
right. I appreciate you too. Hopefully we do a song together this year. We've been talking about it. Yeah.
We got to work on some music. We did the interview, so we definitely got to do the music. So I'm definitely
Definitely.
down. Let me know for sure.
All
For sure.
right.
All right. Love.
Love. Thank you.